Hey folks, Blue Ridge Prepper here. I was just taking my generator, just brought it back in. It's actually a pretty nice one. Alright, getting it ready for the storm season. I was got the spark arrestor on the back. But it's a DeWalt 7,000 watt. That's, here we go. With the 8,700 peak watt. See if that'll pick up. Anyhow, it does fairly good. Powers my entire house, in the exception of the central heat in there. I love it's got the pull start just in case the battery dies. It's got electric start, which is nice. Electric start. Idle control. Now I plug into this fella, that NEMA 30, and I plug it straight into the house. Matter of fact, last year, when we was out of power, I think 10 days, something like that. Nobody in my neighborhood had power, but every light in my house worked. My ice maker worked. My hot water heater worked. Refrigerator, we had AC, we had window units, okay, to power all the window units. Now, I can't run the hot water heater at the same time as I'm running all the window units. The hot water heater, I think, pulls like 50 or 60%. It's got a load meter here. 70% load is what it pulls on the hot water heater. But it's got a load meter and tells you how long you can run with the amount of fuel. Now I'm not sure. I think it's got like a 7-gallon tank, but I was going through 10 gallons a day for 10 days. And matter of fact, I run a cord. I've got one of them big 10 gauge, a couple of them 10 gauge cords. Let me show you. These 10 gauge cords. And I run it over to my neighbor so that my neighbor can run her refrigerator. But it run her refrigerator, 3 window units, all the lights, all the necessities in the house. I had internet and everything. So, anyhow, this is going to be my 3rd season with this generator, I think it is. And it doesn't miss a lick. I just took it out, every month I run it for about an hour. But I just took it out, run it for an hour, close the valve right there, let the carburetor run dry, and that's it. I charge the battery. Now the battery, this is what's screwed up about this damn thing. The battery doesn't charge off the generator. You got a little plug-in right there that you got to plug in a cord, which let me get it real fast. You plug in this little cord right here into there to charge that sealed lead acid battery. Oh damn, lights went on in the freaking garage. Here we go. So anyhow, I love it. It works great. It was $1,000, and it's very efficient for what you get. Is it the best on the market? I have no idea. Is it the most cost efficient on the market? I have no idea. I'm telling you, this is the one that I have. Oh, can't think of what else. Anyhow, folks, hurricane season's coming up. If you live in the south or along the coast, or in tornado season or whatever, or heavy storms, you need to go ahead and make sure all your junk is working. Matter of fact, let me show you all the window units that it run last year. A 5,000 watt, the 5,000 watt was for my daughter's room. 6,000 watt for our room. And a 14 kV, or a 14 and a half or 15,000 watt, or not watts, excuse me, BTU. 5,000 BTU, 6,000 BTU, and a 14.5 thousand BTU. And this year we bought another 6,000 watt, or 6,000 BTU, just in case one of the neighbors might have needed it. But the big one was in the main room and it cooled most of the house. At least kept it tolerable. It was like 100 and something degrees out. You know, fuel storage. Oh my gosh. You guys, you gotta have fuel. Okay. I've got 20 NATO cans here. They're 20 liters each, so that's probably is that 102 gallons, something like that. Anyhow, and that's for my long-term storage. What I do with these is that, now don't get the knockoffs where this rib right here is sticking out beyond, because you drop them or whatever, it'll split the weld. Get the official junk, guys. Now that's from a long-term storage. Tilt them sideways, fill it all the way up to the top. Before I put fuel in it, I put in a fuel stabilizer. And my short-term fuel storage is, I have 5 of these. Hell, you bastards. I like it because they've got the spark arrestor in them. I've got, damn, freaking dirt in it. Anyhow, got 5 of these. I got 1 full, 4 empty from where my empty ones are. For my short-term storage, I don't add any additives to that. Use my lawnmower, or, you know, if gotta fill the generator up, that's what I use first, is these right here. Yeah, you can pick up these steel. Reason why I went with the steel cans, they're like $35 a piece. Over the plastic is that I believe the plastic's dangerous. It builds up static inside the liquid every time that it sloshes. And these, when they get hot, it'll vent a little gas. The lever will pick up, and when it gets hot and lets some vapor out, keep it from swelling or whatever. Plus, I like the spark arrestor. Guys, do what you got to do to make sure you don't depend on anybody but yourself. These things are solid. I mean, I dropped one out the back of my pickup one time from the tailgate down full. It hit the ground and it's hitting. I don't know which one it is. I don't think it's any of the ones facing. It didn't even crack, never leaked or whatever. Like, oh wow, yeah, that's awesome. Anyhow, get your power ready now. There's new laws about wiring into your system, so do not break the federal laws or whatever, local laws or whatever, trying to backfeed. Now, you don't want to backfeed into your dryer outlet. All right, that's just dangerous. That's just outright dangerous. What you do want to do is have a transfer switch put in to where you can plug in, and it could go. You can do the manual transfer switch, which I prefer. They're cheaper. Well, not so much cheaper. They're more cost efficient, but they work pretty good. The automatic ones, sometimes they don't work. But you don't want the main breaker backfeeding into a dead line to where you can get somebody hurt trying to restore the infrastructure. All right, brothers, sisters, prep on.